Yeah, and earlier you spoke about like wearing the hijab. Like at one point in your life, did you ever wear it like full time?
Yeah, I did actually when I
What?
was 15.
Yeah, what made you like start obviously not wearing it? Like what made you decide to stop wearing it on a regular basis?
What made me stop?
Yeah,
Honestly, it was um, delinquency. Yeah, I started going a bit wild
okay.
as 16-year-olds do.
Yeah,
I started to be like, I had the was going on. The was was like all the clubbing music.
yeah. Now, did you ever get did your parents ever like threaten you to in terms of like taking you back home? Because obviously as Africans, like sometimes when we're at a certain age, if we start, running a bit wild or whatever, I'm sure you've heard the stories. It's like sometimes our parents they'll threaten us to take us back home to learn a lesson. It's like obviously I
I'm getting
assume
nervous already. I'm like,
obviously I assume that obviously you came from a strict household and obviously you're a woman, you're a Muslim woman. Imagine, yeah, at 16, the hijab is not really getting worn on a regular basis. You're clubbing. Like, what was like? How was your parents? How did they react toward that? To you, like going through that change as a 16-year-old,
so my dad didn't really mind that I wasn't wearing a headscarf because the fact that I wore it to begin with, none of my other sisters were wearing it. My mum used to wear a headscarf, but she's Bengali. Bengalis wear headscarf in a really funny way. They let their hair fall out of it. It's a bit messy, and so my mum was a bit like that. And so the fact I used to wear it, I used to wear a bandana underneath it as well because bandanas were really popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then I took it off after wearing it for about a year and a half or 2 years. I wore it.
After, no, continue. Sorry.
So my dad wasn't really that bothered. He was very strict about the clubbing, so I never told him. And every time I went, I would like climb out the window. It was a military operation.
Jesus.
I'd climb down the stairs on my hands, like without my feet touching the ground, and I'd leave all these windows open so I could sneak back in. And I'd lower my rucksack down with a piece of string down to the floor, and I'd run barefoot into a park, get dressed, and then like hide the bag in Coventry behind this secondary school called Sydney Stringer.
God.
And then I'd go clubbing and I did that so many times without getting caught. And then one day he caught me.
There's always that one day.
One day, yeah, that one day he caught me, and I could hear him in my room. I could see him, and he was like, Sheena, like that's my nickname.
Yeah.
Sheena, where are you? Where are you? And I didn't wait around to hear him scream. I just like went to my best friend's house and like didn't want to come back. And my older sister called my friend's mum up and was like, you need to come home. Dad doesn't know anything. Just come home. It's fine. And actually, like I had a word with him last year about it, and I confessed to him, and I said, Dad, I used to go clubbing in this way. And he was like, I know.
Oh.
I knew. You were a cheeky monkey, you were.
Respect him though.
Yeah, so
that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so he never actually like at the time like he knew, but for many years he pretended like he didn't know.
For many years, once he dropped, he said like he listened in on my phone conversation, because you could do that in the 90s. You could pick up the landline and listen in on someone else's conversation, and he didn't know, but he dropped it. He was like, so what are you doing? You gonna go to the collar? It was the Colosseum. The minute he mentioned it, I was like, he knows something.
Yeah.
So that's the only time he let on. But my dad was a very angry guy, so like he's turned a corner since then. And he's very chill, but it was really freeing to tell him that I used to go clubbing. I had to leave it for about 30 years, but you can tell your parents anything. You just